Okay, today I've got this 1959 Johnson. It's a 50 horse. They call it the Fat 50. I picked this up basically out in Chicago, and I decided, well, I might as well try and give it a see what it'll do. The guy said it had decent compression. I took his word for it, and I took it off his hands. So I'm going to take a chance on it. It's not in great shape, but I'm going to go through it and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned, and we'll do a compression check, maybe a spark check, and see if we've got anything going with it. So hang in there. Thanks for watching. Keep on watching. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think it's because that starter is just too far gone. I can't seem to, I just think it's worn out. That starter should be turning that much easier. I've got a battery hooked up to it, a nice marine battery, and this jump pack, and it's still having a hard time pushing this engine around. But 70, I went from 60 to 70 with using the battery and the jump pack. So I think if I take this starter off, clean it and put it back together, maybe that'll help turn that engine over easily. More easier than what it is right now, because it's just not it's just too weak. I think too hard for that starter to do it. So all right, we'll go from there. Folks, I just got done taking apart and cleaning the starter motor. I didn't show that on video, but I've got a video on cleaning a starter, and I did exactly the same thing. This one's a little different, but it has two parts to it. It's got the Bendix that's separate. Just two bolts underneath. You unthread those. The starter, just drops right out. But I took the whole thing apart. I took the Bendix apart, cleaned it, and then lubed it. And then also I cleaned off the commutator on the armature. And boy, that was pretty bad. I used 800 grit sandpaper and just cleaned it really good. Little carb cleaner, wiped it clean, lubed everything up, put it back. The brushes look really good. So I'm hoping that this starter now will engage that, engage the engine better and turn it over. So let's find out. I'm going to just use the pack, and we'll hit it and see where the compression comes on that first cylinder again. So hang on, I gotta get the ground on. So I'll tie the ground here, right there. I've got my hot lead on, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, now I got 85. Looks like about 85 pounds. 60, 65, 70, 75, maybe 85, yeah, 85 pounds. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I need. I had 80 up there when I had a good battery, good connection, but that starter still sounds pretty funny, but it does seem to be turning it over a lot easier. So yeah, about 85 pounds again. So that's fantastic. I'm happy to see that compression. This is going to be a second compression check on cylinder number 3. Probably going to do 2 and 4 as well. So I know I got 85 pounds on number 1 cylinder. This is just going to be with the jump pack, not the battery. So I'm just using this alone with the clean starter. Hopefully it'll give me a better result. So we got 90, 95, 100, 105. Wow. That went up because it was only 85. Now it's 105. Well, having that starter cleaned really did help. Let's see. Let's try the next one. Okay, this is number 4 cylinder. Let's see what we get. And we're looking at about 90, right on the dot, 90. And we had 85. Okay, so that came up only 5 pounds. Let's try the top one. That would be cylinder number 3. I'm sorry, number 2. Number 2 cylinder. Let's try that. We're looking at about 95, maybe 100 pounds. Yeah, 100 pounds. Okay, so we got 100, 95, 85, and 105. So that's, you do the math on that, 105 minus 85. So, okay, divided by 105. So that gives me about 19% variance from the highest to the lowest cylinder. 19% isn't great. That's probably the maximum variance you want to have. Now, the only thing I'm thinking maybe, I know that the owner had changed out the heads on this, and maybe he didn't change out the head gasket. Maybe that's why there's such a variance between these 2 cylinders. But man, I don't know. It'll still probably run. I just don't know how well. I was thinking that you know, this, if this would have came up a little higher, but 85 to 105. That's a big difference, really. 20%. That's probably as maximum a spread you want to have. But I think it'll still run. We're going to keep going with it and see what happens. So stay tuned. So next step, I got the starter going. Probably got to see if I get fuel. I got compression and spark, so maybe I can get this thing running. Just got to get the again, got to get the lower unit filled with lubricant, and I'm going to do a pressure test, and then if I have to pull the carburetor off and clean it, and the fuel pump, I'll go through it too and see. Maybe I can get this puppy going. So I might have enough juice though to show spark. I think I did show spark here. Let's see. I got spark in those 2 cylinders. How about these 2? Yeah, I got spark. So I think this thing's actually going to run for me. I just got to buy some parts. It needs some linkage for the distributor up to the right here, this little armature here, to the carburetor. I might need to rebuild the carburetor and the fuel pump. I don't know. But, I mean, for the most part, everything is here. I've got a prop for it, too. I took that off. There was no gear oil in it. I tried to drain it, and there wasn't any in there. So, but the gears do move, and it shifts. So this actually might turn out to be a viable motor, I think. So, and everything is there as far as, you know, carburetor and the pump and fuel pump. So it all seems like it's there. So anyway, stay tuned, and we'll check it out again. We'll keep at it and see if I can't find some replacement parts and actually get this thing fired up. Maybe get some oil in the lower unit, some gear lube. I'll probably do a pressure test on it just to make sure that's still okay. But okay, well, stay tuned for the next episode of Live to Fish Outboard Repair, and you'll see this, possibly see this motor running in the test tank. So I've got to get parts on order, but stay tuned, and we'll find out the conclusion and see if this baby will run. So thanks for watching, and take care. See you next time.